Hi everyone, and welcome to some sample images taken with a Sigma 105mm f2.8 EX DG macro OS lens. I bought this lens a few days ago now, and just before actually reviewing the lens and showing you the lens and stuff, I thought I'd just show you some images taken with it first. And as you can see, the information is up in the top left corner, which is just here. You can see that in fact most of the images were shot at f2.8. These ones were shot on a tripod, and then I'll let you know when I handheld some also. I will tell you now, a spoiler alert, that it's absolutely phenomenal. These are raw files, all shot with a let me just go take a look. I think it was all with a 6D. Yeah, Canon EOS 6D. So it's out of the camera. Now you're probably wondering, hang on John, didn't you sell your 6D? Yes I did, but I bought another one back again because once I messed around with the 5D Mark II, I wasn't happy with the ISO performance after having a 6D, so I went back and I bought a brand new 6D. So I got rid of my 5D Mark II. Anyway, first thing that I can say first of all before we go any further is that what I found out with this lens over the Tamron 90mm f2.8 VC lens I had was when you was close up with a Tamron, in fact when you was anything under 15 to 20 foot, you couldn't get f2.8 from it. I did mention it in one of my videos, but this you can go 3 inches away, 6 inches away, and you can still get f2.8. I did think it was because it was on a full frame camera, so I tried the lens on my 7D Mark II and it did the same thing. So you can get 2.8 at its minimum focus distance. On the Tamron, in fact the Tamron, if you remember I complained about it, I had to be about from one side of the house to other and then I could get f2.8. But anyway, let's get on with the review. First shot, as you can see the slight depth of field which is just here, and it's absolute nailed focus. And then you can see me up in the aperture to 5.6, and you can really see the difference on the depth of field now, but you can still see that the marshmallow is still not in focus. I mean, it's obviously better than 2.8, but then we're going to an f16. By the way, it was on a tripod. Now, I think this is the actual minimum focus distance, and you can see if you look at f16, really sharp. f2.8 at minimum focus distance. I mean, just look at that. Absolute stunning quality sharpness. F11. So you can see how f11, it sounds like a big aperture, but on a macro lens, it's only, that's like a third of way into the marshmallow, and marshmallows are only small. Another shot. Don't forget the settings are up in the top left, f7.1. Nice and sharp. This was on a £20 note. F2.8 focused on this top eyeball here, and you can see it's absolutely zingingly sharp. Then when you go to f4, if you watch this £20 here, even though I focused on the eye, if you watch this 20, you'll see that even the edges sharpen up. So f2.8, the centre's razor sharp, the edges are a touch soft, and at f4 it really comes into its own. But to be honest, I'm happy with the centre sharp on a macro lens. Pound coin, really close to that pound coin there, and as you can see I focused right here. My focus point, square focus point, was here, and you can see it's nailed sharpness where it should have done. And then I moved the focus point to this part here and it's nailed. Then I think on the next one I go to the chin, just like, let's zoom in. Oh no, I zoomed it, look, you can see it's here. Absolutely really sharp out of the camera, all f2.8. These now, by the way, are handheld. I decided to take it off and this is a Kentucky Fried chicken bucket, and I focused here on the GO for the Tango. Then the difference was I just focused on the bucket And look at the shutter speed, 1/1250 of a second. But in a minute, I really drag the shutter. 40th of a second focused here on the 0, and you can see it's focused spot on. It actually does look like maybe there might be a slight bit of motion blur, to be fair. All handheld, look at that. 50th of a second ISO 3200. I'll just go to full screen, and you can see the ISO performance on the Canon EOS 6D just absolutely shines. And I focused right here on this little metal knob. That's actually my tripod where my camera clips onto. And here's a prime example. You can see motion blur there, look. 30th of a second, you can actually see there's motion blur. But I did take a couple of shots. And if you see this one's absolutely tack sharp. Tack sharp again. All these handheld. Centre of a flower, handheld, 3200, focused right here. Absolutely spot on. Really sharp lens. And then this is me, I focused here on the EOS, and you can see that's f2.8, ISO 6400 by the way, out of the 6D, look at that, out of the camera, raw file, no noise removal, absolutely spot on. Minimum focus distance now, again 6400, handheld, no tripod, at 25th of a second, that is ultra slow for an 105mm lens. Oh no, this is minimum focus distance, look. Focused on the D. Absolutely spot on. Anyway, that'll do for this part of the review, and I'll see you in the next, and I'll show you the lens. Thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe.